You underestimate them. But I mean, I say Nsua for Zongo, a bit fat because Zongo and Canada Japan on 21, Emusa Ghana. They see everything wrong with everything and they want to blame who?
This dredging, cleaning up is going to take about 6 months to complete this one. Then the Kwale Lagoon itself will take a longer time because that's where we have more composition of material, which needs to take a longer time, maybe about a year or two to finish. We're going to have recreational facilities. That is the sea outfall. So along we have recreational facilities, other infrastructure, we can have some hotels, we come at the end, and this makes the whole place. Then we're dredging all the way through cycle to Kwale Lagoon, where we call the Clep Interceptor. From there, we end up at the estuary into the sea. Before the commencement of the work, this is how the situation was. The channels were heavily silted. Along the channel, you can see very heavy siltation. So this is the beginning. Then during the process of the dredging, we had these situations. Gradually, we come up to the end. Then finally, this is the stage that we have reached. And then after that, there was a continuation to carry out the silting, because as we progress, more silt come, and you have to continue dredging.
This was May 2019. A recreational center, because the politicians are using these young boys and girls who cannot think deep. They are shallow-minded. So this is the time they will be on the streets and telling Ghanaians never to consider the NPP. We shouldn't. We have our own problems as humans, as Ghanaians. How psychologically we don't train ourselves to be clean, to protect our environment. So we step back 8 years. We were here when millions of dollars, we were told by Akufo-Addo Bawumia that it has been pumped into the Sultan, the Odona River, the drainage, the biggest gutter in Accra. So the majority of the insuo are every different parts. No, now at least insuo no crop 90%. It will go down to like 40%, and then slowly we can get the system ready for every rainy season. The question here is, what was done by Akufo-Addo? We were here and Omoko actually said they were the Sultan, and I said Omoti Odonanim. This is Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP government. This is the same government today telling us to say they see everything wrong with everything and they want to blame who?
This dredging, cleaning up is going to take about 6 months to complete this one. Then the Kwale Lagoon itself will take a longer time because that's where we have more composition of material, which needs to take a longer time, maybe about a year or two to finish. We're going to have recreational facilities. That is the sea outfall. So along we have recreational facilities, other infrastructure, we can have some hotels, we come at the end, and this makes the whole place. Then we're dredging all the way through cycle to Kwale Lagoon, where we call the Clep Interceptor. From there, we end up at the estuary into the sea. Before the commencement of the work, this is how the situation was. The channels were heavily silted. Along the channel, you can see very heavy siltation. So this is the beginning. Then during the process of the dredging, we had these situations. Gradually, we come up to the end. Then finally, this is the stage that we have reached. And then after that, there was a continuation to carry out the silting, because as we progress, more silt come, and you have to continue dredging.
This was May 2019. A recreational center along the Odo. They were going to dredge it, create recreational center. Canada Japan Krakache say Odo no or the boat besim. At a point where Kennedy catcher say, Sa Odo River no odogono no or the boat fi Dubai babesim na visitors atenem odona to odona these people and then no I just don't want to, but they did this in 2019. Now my question is, the young people who have platforms like mine, who think say what I do is too big for them to learn. These same young people in Ghana on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, they are the ones who are going through the pain. So why are they not asking these people that why wasn't this done? Why should we make anyone walk? And why should we even allow this same government for 8 years that lied to the people? Why is, I don't know, young men, young women on social media, why are they not worried about this? Why are they not worried about this accountability? Why are they not asking the government that just left, that told us they pumped billions into this project to save them? Why do you think these young people haven't taken the time to say, no, we are here to help Ghana? Tomorrow, I don't want to be that fool making videos and telling Ghanaians that our house is flooded. Their house is flooded. My house is flooded. We don't want to look like Le Frog walking in water. Why do you think these young men have refused to use their brains? Why do you think these fools who sit on social media pretending they are intelligent, why do you think they have failed to use their common sense to ask the most important questions? It is because these people are not intelligent enough to discuss national issues. It is because the politicians are using these young boys and girls who cannot think deep. They are shallow-minded. Technology has made foolish people look important in our communities. But in any serious country, the young people should take to social media. They should be demanding accountability from the NPP that at least we know you people were in power for the past 8 years. The amount of money that went into this. We saw the president walk there. Where is the recreational center? Where is the Sultan? What did we get out of it? So why would any young person even sit, anyone, and say, Mekokase NPP, enyansafo di enim, inti ende mekasama NPP, inti Ghana fo metie me. Today, look at these young people, young women and boys. Some of them look like tadpoles. Some of them look like Le Frog. I sam ponchireni akamuti enomunamunsuom. Our house is flooded. What is so unique about it? The young people who are supposed to call for accountability have become fools. Because the politician would tell the other politician that, wait, Jimmy. Catcher and says sorry. The politician, onimsa we Jimmy. Into a catcher say, oh, sorry. And it will make you feel special. But our politician, ne baby edwa ote sansu onim. Sa politician no, nipa thousands of Ghanaians are omo flag man in suna form no. He did not find each one of them to tell them you are sorry. Wa hwehwebe hu de we Jimmy no. Because you see, the way Jimmy na no ya. So politician hwehwem de we Jimmy na say and the oko baby a nipa bebregu o mo Jimmy a omo ye dede a wo hwe de na no ya we Jimmy kese no ama ne duane. Obaka ka kire mo Jimmy ni say bibia ye okay. And that is what Bawumia and Kennedy Dems are doing. They look for the dumb but loud. So they pick them out. So the politician will sit back. No, I heard the way Jimmy no, and I know a dino, or friend about them or say Jamudi, or Pierre or say, Nipa Mokan was a Munjano, and Nipa said, that is what they are doing. But I was expecting the young people. So we need answer. This is the time they will be on the streets and telling Ghanaians never to consider the NPP. And not just the NPP, the same people who were with the Kufuado, who ruled with the Kufuado for 8 years. Any young man and Ajuni Juma on Jimmy and would say never. Because at least Nipa Kwenyo be the opportunity to live for 8 years. For 8 years, these politicians were given everything they needed. Their wives, their kids, their family members. They were provided with everything. For 8 years, in Suatonde, na in Yira Fawa. The politicians look within. He looks around and see the foolish one among the foolish masses and picks them out and say, "Obra." That is where we are. Inti Jimino, you need to sit back. And I don't blame some of these young boys and girls because they are young. They have not really seen life. They don't understand what life is. They just see life as, what sorry, where's the boxer shows me, bon, what could do baby small fame, what social media, YouTube, so when you're $200 a month, when you say that's how they see life, they cannot see beyond what we see. So what do? What we do is, your experience, we try to guide the intelligent ones. What is happening in Accra with these floods? It cuts deep. Now, Kwasiebia tina baby or say a friend estate, and don't do Accra obias what estate. The boys and girls don't even understand what an estate is. Say you sit down to us near the gate to anwa a estate. They are so dumb. Enti baby o ha yen sit down. Na odwan bia ko sit down miensa mienu bi esiwo. Osemiti estate. Okwa on check the soil. Aban kura book which say these are places you don't live. But on say Jimmy Dodo no ema wa adwene o say we are smart. Enti today obitumi ka bibi tu obitimi keke yetumi ton slum maw. Enya slum bia and I say waterlogged area bia na onanti outeti ansumo. But where Jimmy nti or say I live in an estate. What is estate? What do you see? What do you consider as an estate? What is an estate? When houses are built like hen coops, like piglet farms, with no plan. When you live in a neighborhood where gutters cannot flow, free-flowing gutters, that is not an estate. That is a slum. The people living in Zongo are intelligent. Ye pa omo mote slums a mo a inso toya le frog for mo tete nsuo ni mo na mo adwene wo for mo agimi. When they did flood in Accra, ka say nsuo afa Zongo e ma nipa tete nsuo ni, you will not hear, because those who live in Zongo, they look out for these things. You might think say sebio ebi omo mote wono, there are some kind of people the kind of things you do inti you underestimate them, but the men out say nsuo afa Zongo e bi mfa, because Zongo enya crown they will create some drainages. Because if you are some estate, if you are a quadie, Ubuson or Tetrasaco or Tashoma estate. Because if you are some estate, they need to understand the say a chrono and your dini the teaching crew are planning. Are planning. Enti so you crossing now bankraya. Obiabe tomaton bibia maun. Why are the Zongos not flooding? Why are the Zongos not flooding? I didn't know Zongos didn't flooding. Because Zongo do be my own down block a gutter. Wherever you want to build, but make sure you don't block the gutter coming from one place. They are reasonable people, they are intelligent. But most uncle for Makai Jimmy Cotamania de Adekoshe, Bibri, yet estate. Yet the estate. Again, our friend estate. Obabro Jobati estate waha, Kwasiaba. Did you hear? Do you know what estate is? Estate agata unkonye estate. Sauti bebina gata enkwa enye estate. It's a slum. Bro, ni bena betina area gata enkwa osi eye estate. Uye udang. We Jimmy. Na mumu sa platforms na motete sono. Edie na modi suya. Na mo nya gono. Na mo kodi obechi. Mu yi hanki free mo to na mo de afa mo tiri ho. Na mo sa de afa mo nim. Mo hu nyenya kan. This is where we are. That's the problem. We need to get the young people to understand. And the politicians keep fooling them even in their misery. And then young man, because you have failed to think. That politician who is telling you, oh, sorry, no, that politician will never live where you live, because wait, Jimmy, you need to advocate. You need to get up and let the politician understand. You have failed me. You are not supposed to come close to me. But don't say, Mumu bebre Jimmy. That is why they take advantage of you people. Kennedy Japan Mbabe 21, Emusa Ghana. He will never allow any of his kids to live in that slum you people call estate. When Jimmy Onyakwasia. But he will tell you, oh, sorry, because we're Jimmy. Because in the next 24 hours, in Sunbe Sato, you will still sit in there, you will lose everything. So basically, you become an animal. Mwe Jimmy, Nani Pebi, and the majority of so-called Yesi estate, they are all built in slums. Nothing.
We can say Africa 360 Hub, and it's so yes, and the for trending issues na our highway in the day. And we can Africa 360 Hub, you know, Kubia, or a two who see was say anything digital marketing, anything digital branding, advertising, maybe beer there. In Africa 360 Hub. We Juma Kwana Sam Cran up say Ubo Juma Ku and I say we build a brand in the digital world. And now I keep saying say this digital world, you know, is in to stay. And kase a bad trend, man I say it's just a trend. It's in to stay. Without digital, no, a Juma be a we be and say be It's open the right people to help you build your brand. Open the right agency to help you build a solid brand on any of the digital platforms. And I say in the digital world, they are the best place. I would personally say Africa 360 Hub. Without them, we go maybe episode corner. They learn from Africa 360 Hub. So the best place for you to go is Africa 360 Hub. Yeah. So you're watching. I'm here one news. YouTube you're watching. I'm here one team. Make sure to subscribe. Me power subscribe in my head. Now, every BM to get more exclusive trending issues. Yeah, interviews ni BBR. Yes, Abanewe. Peace. I'm out. My crowd.